Good morning, sheep fans. Cammy's the name, sheep's the game, and today we're at Lesmahagow Farmer Society Show. I think that's the full term. It's Lesmahagow Show. It's 2022. We're buzzing. Not so much because of the show, but because it's the first proper shearing show in 2 years. I think you're going to like this one. A lot of shearing to be seen, and probably not much else, to be fair, but it's competitive, and there's some big guns here today. Okay, it's exciting because, you know, I'm shearing, but it's also very exciting because Shy Lizzie is shearing as well. So you're going to be doing the intermediates, and they've now roped her into doing an intermediate test. So Scotland versus England test, because
default because I'm the only English.
Default because she's only, well, one of the only English people here, and also because the Irish lads that were meant to be doing the Irish test missed their flight. I can't say anything because I missed my flight to Balmoral, so I know how you feel, lads. It's not easy. But are you excited to be back competing?
I don't know, it's actually a bit nervous, eh?
Oh, aye. Natural. I'm quite nervous as well. A lot of folk here.
I've like within, like 30 sheep in the last 2 years.
Yeah, and none of them were nice hogs, so we're all sticky ewes. Massive heat in the juniors. First heat on. It's the 3 Ayrshire lads, Jock, David and Murray. All Ayrshire boys, all been on the channel before. It's going to be tasty. In years to come, they'll be using this as archive footage, like when you're lifting that world title.
Very much.
The
3 boys came up together. No one lost their sheep in the last set.
I always think you've been sick.
David's not sure the sheep for 3 years, and here he comes. The new handpiece up for grabs, and that's him.
Yes.
Shearer.
David was the coming until I heard there was a handpiece in the go.
Shearer, go. Here we have put some 2 holes in this sheep. 3 shearers, stand 1, we have John Wells, stand 2, we have David Andrews, stand 3, we have Murray Montag. These sheep are survived here by Jennifer David Stewart and Super. Almost super hogs, here. Murray's turned the corner, cleaning out the neck, you'll be cleaning out that last shoulder as well. Nothing in it, folks, absolutely nothing in it. There we are though, first one out, David Andrews. Well done, David. We've got the undermine stepping up the net. The young Alan Neil's in there, he's cleaning out that top shoulder and stepping on the long ball. Edward in for the second sheet.
Drop it slightly, please. Okay, thank you.
Big step up now up to the neck. But it's stand 3 here, on the left side, in and out that shoulder, on the second final sheet. When he's spinning out that final hit, get a wee up there. Big quality shear there for Lizzie though, absolutely beautiful.
So the heat's just come off there. Lizzie just finished her first shear, competitive shear in a very long time.
2 years.
Cheers, how do you feel?
I'm not too bad.
Next up,
And
David
then
Andrews, Circus Durnelly and Alan Nielsen.
straight off
Get
the
yourself
board
ready.
and
You're ready.
feeding your rain.
He's having his lunch.
Hard working mum.
Who's still at the moment then, Alice and Cammy? Alice is put in an absolute cracker at the minute. Cammy steps on the neck, Alice steps on the neck. Jim's cleaning out his first shoulder. Jim's got his 3 blows in the head now. Nothing in it whatsoever. Cammy's trying to hit a face, he steps over for long blows. Alice drops her down, there is step over. Jim steps over. Nothing in it now, we keep stands 1 and 3. Cammy's ready on the edge now. Cammy's pushing hard now in this last time. Cammy's going for the lead at the moment. Close the ball with her. Alice very close on the field. Nothing in it. Cammy's out. Well done, Cammy. Jim's close behind. 3 blows, Jim's out. Alice is out. Well done together. Excellent. Well done.
So we're quite fortunate. Today's show is part of it, sponsored by Heiniger. Simon Tagney up from Heiniger here. He's brought the grinder up and he's just basically offering support to the athletes, eh?
Yeah,
Is that the
exactly,
right-
yeah.
yeah.
Whoever needs it, yeah.
Definitely offering support to me because we're out here, we just show with this comb here. and it's one that I suppose I should give a shout out. Actually, Lizzie got it from Jerome McRae, who's, I think he's in Australia now, is that right, Hamish? Scan's in Australia, but he lives in... Yeah, scanning in Australia at the moment, so Jerome, shout to you, mate. Very good comb. And we're just going to give it a grind again, is that the plan?
Yeah, just wait for it to...
What do you think of the show here?
Grease
To ease off?
soak off, yeah.
What do you think of the show here today?
It's a great show. These shows are really good. The smaller type shows really have that atmosphere,
Yep.
and everyone knows each other, and it's a chance for all you guys to come together, girls to come together, and not only share and compete against each other, but celebrate the season too.
Yeah, and the fact it's been so long since we all did get to see each other. But I suppose the special thing about a three-stand show is like it's some special thing if you make a final.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
It's some elite final you get.
Absolutely.
Especially in the Open, not so much with us.
Absolutely.
But in the Open,
Yeah.
so it'll be good.
And there's some guys that have travelled from quite a way to here today.
Yeah, I see one of your men there, Stuart Connell's up.
Yeah, Stuart Connell, Nick Greaves, Claire Jones.
Claire, who are doing the records.
Yeah, absolutely.
A couple of horses, those lads.
Absolutely. Dean Nelms, it's you can't underestimate Dean. When he's on fire, he's on fire. So
who's your pick for today?
I don't know. I think comb selection's going to come down to it a bit.
Right.
It depends on I think that, comb selection will be a key. 2 round, and I think there could be a propensity to go 2 round.
Yep.
So that you sure with a supercharger and the tip was sort of just rounded off a bit, not really rounded off. And you sure like they just went out pink. Every one of them was a lovely shear.
Beautiful comb that.
Yeah.
It's one of those things now. We've found a nice comb. Lizzie's made the intermediate final, so Lizzie and I are now using the same comb for every shear. So it's getting thin pretty quick, I must admit. And it's great actually just having Simon here with the gear all set up. And quite an interesting thing for you. This isn't top secret using the cutter paper, is it? Is this an insider tip?
It used to be, but we've done a few gear.
And talk about it.
Recently, where Matt Smith, who really was the champion of that.
Yeah.
We've been sharing that, or he's been sharing our information, so it probably isn't anymore. You just you're closer to the disc. Because when you're setting a paper, you've got glue, you've got the paper backing, you've got another bit of glue, then you've got the grit, then you've got phenolic resin. And the grit's smaller on cutter paper. It's an 80 cutter paper, generally, it's an 80 cutter paper. And this is a paper backing. That's why they're hard to get off after a couple of weeks. But so you're nice and close to the disc, nice big hollow. You don't get as many combs, but you get a nice crisp cut. And for the shows, it's just a really good, a really nice paper. It's nice to grind on too. Feels nice.
Yeah. Smooth
and like it's sucking in a bit.
Yeah.
Whereas new comb paper, it's you got all that spark and you
feel like you're wrecking a comb. There's so much going on.
Yeah, and lightening off a bit, which you really shouldn't do. It should be a nice firm, even pressure. So yeah, it's a nice paper to grind on, and as I say, you get a nice crisp cut, particularly for shows.
And that's Heiniger red heat papers, so that's a cutter paper we're using for doing these combs. So, learned a lot here today already. Most of it's, like, to be honest, is over my head, over my ability level, like the kind of things that Simon could do with combs, but it's great having him here.
It's a nice comb there. You can just see it's a really nice tip that he's got on there.
Okay, so it's fast and furious here today. I'm probably not doing it justice now, it just went crazy because I was shearing in the Open, did terribly. I'll put the results up on the screen, but that was just a kind of race on just to get the speed up a little bit. And then we just shore in the semi-finals, not as good as the heat. I definitely won't be first. If I make the final, I definitely won't be first. I knew I shore well in the heats. That time I just didn't feel it was as good as I could have done. Maybe because it was a faster heat, so the Kiwi lad on the end really pushed me on, and I thought I had him to the end, but I just lost it. But anyway, I'll update you guys when we see the results. The Open's ongoing just now, but we'll get to it when it starts heating up, semi-finals and the final. I will just show you the final for it.
I'm keeping the job right. I'm stepping up and I'm going to change that scale there for about Hamish. Sheep number 9, the Burley Girls, it's Hut 6, Miss Scotland. In the semi-final, we have a start number 1, Julian Arrow, again. Walk to the early, then he's first up. George Stewart corner. The way he's going, he's in a beautiful job. Don't know who's going there, he's just having a keep up there. We're going to do it, it's one-way job. And the keep there, we're going to going a little keep, too much, keep their sweet. Goes as long as the family, the other way, the way. Stand, easy, a good corner. You and I back over, dropping the line over. Taking up over the other one. Stand the corner, taking it down, goes up the side. Taking it down, watch that now. Again, sheep in the more for Magnesium, Mitchell, ladies and gentlemen, just over 7 minutes. The big player just flying in the deep 13 sheep. Under 9 time, we Scotty there in stand number 2. And goes Stuart corner down there in stand number 3. Now from south of Englandshire, down there reminder out there for the town, the Bailey goes. He's cracking big front home for George Gardner up there at Lupus. Well, that many shears want to shear with the good find more sheep and still do over 600 sheep are shearing today, ladies and gentlemen. Another go, and Amy comes up the corner of her home, down the last side, the big line here in from Sky. He's got the windmill going there. Down that line, right, head down to the line he comes. Good look at wee Scotty. He's feeling in there, get back in, it's better sheep right, Scotty will take the man folks. See on the wee man from bottom. He brings the right, the wee man with a big line half. As he brings the right there, the right down to the right. In goes Stuart corner, sheep number 11 on the board for him. Out comes the belly, sheep number 11 for Hamish Mitchell Collins. Here's Whistle there, he's fucking. He will look up the line and up, he's jumping up to that net, throwing that out, taking out that drop. He's got it, he's getting out, he's showing them out. It was first time to see the outside. Not the one he might throw it back in the match, he just throw what he's got to do. That's the area, Stuart corner. He's just cleaning out that sheep. Dropping the bow, cleaning out that shoulder, he'll get it over back the one. The one goes in the next now. So he's trying to stop the corner. He's cleaning out that one, and then goes the shoulder. He'll go with the club. Well, watch up to the same second now. Stuart corner on the team. Putting them out. The ball on the ball, he's shooting the other again. A bad one. The shot's going out. He's peeled one off the main table. Shot's up to the peg. Jimmy's down to the peg. Shot's up to the peg. The top of the minute now. But now the folks keep coming back. Hamish Mitchell there. Down the belly goes there. Up under Mitchell. Crashing. Go. Look at the senior final for Lesmahagow 2022. Stand 1, they have Lewis Hartley. Stand 2, they have Calum Wilson. Stand 2, they have Kevin Sutherland. And in stand 1, Lewis Hartness is sent away. Foxes very beautiful into tapping up the underline. He's taking up the middle already. Stand 1 and Lewis Hartness. Stand 3, Kevin Sutherland, not far behind him. He's taking out that draw line up by his last today. Dropping it down on that first shoulder. Cammy a blow behind that as well. Dropping it down, taking out that shoulder. Really giving the shot out, then really taking over on the wall floor. Foxes on the corner, going there, Government in stand 3. Taking out that shoulder, and stand the head from home. Lewis Hartness stand 1, not far behind him at all. Cammy Wilson the keeper. One behind him. Nothing in it at all. 1 and 3. Maybe down first, point 1, along for the second sheep already. Remember what they're saying here, so they've got the base themselves out to get the break done. Then it's still on the first stand, the fourth, the nail, the final thing, and then they'll be into the back. Stand 1 and 2, and stand 3, Kevin Sutherland coming back fast. He's only 2, 3 goals behind these boys. Nothing in it, we can stand 1 and 2. Looking out that last time, he's got the draw back, he's trying to get in there for stand. But number 9, he's going to be in Cammy. He's in for sheep 9. Come on, let's give us 30 next, say it. That's in for 9. Lewis is in for 9. David's away away, he's in for 9. Still nothing in it, it can go anywhere at any moment. Dive. Dive on the post. And back to 3. Right, come on ladies and gentlemen, come on, I want to hear you cheer on. You've got Cammy Wilson up here, the sheep game in stand number 2. Up the neck he comes, cleans off his sheep, round that first shoulder he goes. But Lewis Hartness is right there with him. Both are going stands 1 and 2 together. But no, it's Kev Sutherland up there in stand number 3, sorry, up the neck he comes, cleans off his sheep, round the back of the head he comes there. But already in the sheep game up here. Come on folks, you know it. You've got Cammy Wilson in the sheep game. Lewis Hartness in stand number 1. They've got 1 sheep left in the bed. Come on, the faster you, louder you cheer, the faster these boys are going to cheer. Get Cammy Wilson, keep it together. And they go on, Cammy, you're shearing the eye. And good for his Harkness. He's shearing tremendous. He's built out a cracking dog. He's in the big space man. Sheep number 10 in the book. For Cammy Olsen, he's tucked to belly. I don't know when he comes. Lewis Harkness has got away a belly. Cammy's coming to get you. Harkness comes Lewis Harkness. Up goes Cammy Olsen. Next to the UK's strongest farmer. He says, I'm up the neck of blue number 3. Lewis Harkness is right there. Both of both stands one and two together. One more. Who's going to quicken the step over? There's one more for more, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, the other one. This is your senior final. This is up the carnival. Okay, Cammy. Lewis Harkness, Cammy. Lewis Harkness, over more. Down the line comes Cammy Olsen. But Lewis Harkness is over 100 behind him. Who's going to be caught to Calum? Lewis, Calum. Right goes Cammy Olsen like that. Tremendous, David. Raising the hand for the big fella on stand number 2. They don't really Cave Sutherland up there on stand number 3. Stuart Corner, ladies and gentlemen. Cave sheep away. We'll do back to 7.5 minutes. Now look at Big Hamish Mitchell. He'll come right back and he's got the stamina. The big man will get the windmill through here. He'll move along, he'll be changing a half beat. But look at Stuart Corner, he's just been going there. But look at the baby face assassin. It stands 1 and 3 together. Calum Shaw, Stuart Corner, Calum Hughes, Calum Stewart. These boys are sharing right to go damn quick. But Hamish Mitchell pops the belly. Over goes Calum, he's just a husker in front of him. Stuart Corner there, long low time for Stuart, but Calum's from the corner there. The baby face assassin is a world champion. Team event, the Gavin was out there in France. The head right down to the flank. These boys are want to make this world championship next year. The Royal Highland Show. Over Calum from the tickle bit, going to give Stuart that wee head. Stuart proper down the board, hold big man. And they go, sheep number 12 with the board for Stuart. In goes Calum and stand number 1. Big Hamish Mitchell, he's heading down to the flank, the big fella there. But it's Calum Shaw, Stuart. Corner up here at stand number 3. Up that number, and he goes there. Look at him, now look at him. He's just moving it off. He said, I'm going to get an extra blow in the long bow. Calum says, I'm right here with him. He says, Stuart, I've already got my name on this trophy. I want it on again. As I drop down round that first shoulder, he's attacking big stronghold from Glenrah. Over the back door, he goes another blow. He'll turn the corner for him down the last side. Comes, stands 1 and 3 together. They go down over the brisket. Who's going to quickest money side? Of 11 sheep, ladies and gentlemen, feeling 20 these big, strong, cracking hogs by Glenrah. But it's Calum Shaw, Stuart Corner, both are go, but Hamish Mitchell goes through now. In goes Stuart, in goes Calum. 13 sheep in the board, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll get back in 9 minutes. That shows you how quick these boys are shearing. In goes Big Hamish. Calum Shaw, under the he goes there. Up over the back, going straight up the next. Goes on the seat, Stuart Corner, just a whisker behind him. Oh, there's a wee bit of a wriggle there. He's just sat there, sweetheart, for nearly finished. But Calum Shaw, he says, oh, I'm on the one, boys, 3 steps over the back, another one over the back, going out some going. Look at David Mitchell there, he's leading the field at the moment. He's just keeping an eye around the back of the fence, right over his shoulder. He's stepped over now into his long blows. He's having to keep ahead of the rest of the pack at the moment. He's flying along, Stuart Robson not far behind him. Stuart Robson pushing on hard, giving it in for his 14 sheep. Calum Shaw in for his 14 sheep. They're all the same sheep. He was just dropping that one, he's going in for his 15. I don't know how these boys get at all. They're still all within a sheep of each other. And it could happen either way. They never know what they're saying, then they've got for you especially. Calum Shaw cleaning out that goal. Okay, for junior section, sponsored by Heiniger, and the winner won the handpiece, but in 3rd place was a score of 28.9 is Scott Frame. In 2nd place, a score of 28.13, Fergus Berrinelli. And winning the junior section and winning a Heiniger handpiece is Jock Welsh with a score of 25.35. We have Lizzie. And winning the Heiniger handpiece, we have Kev Sutherland. Winner of the intermediate handpiece is Kev Sutherland. And in second place, in first place for second place for a score of 38.95, and in first place for a score of 38.20, and second place was Lewis Harkness. And winning the senior section of Lesmahagow Show was Cammy Wilson. You didn't win that handpiece. And we get Cammy Wilson coming back up to present the prizes and heading for Heiniger. In third place for a score of 53.25, sorry. We've 5 hour drive back home in Stuart Corner. In second place for a score of 52.25, and winning was a score of 49.82, and second place is Calum. So the big man's done it again. Comes with death score, and you've won it again, big fella. Well done. Thanks very much for all the show committee here at Lesmahagow. We've done us prize again. All the shearers, the sponsors, Heiniger there, and the Cammy and Subclass. But Hamish, what a legend, honestly. Right, Hamish, just put your name in the trophy once you find it and bring it back from 2 years ago.
Well, that's the end of that one. Sheep fans, Lesmahagow Show, done and dusted, I should say. Fantastic show. Thanks to Andy Bailey, Di Clark and the rest of the committee for putting that on, because there's a lot of work involved in these shearing shows. Fantastic start to the season. Excited to see how we got on for the rest of the season, and hopefully I'll manage to get some footage for you to make some more vlogs. That one was a bit hectic. I'll need to learn as I go how to structure a competition vlog, because there's so much going on. I'm trying to shear, get gear ready, blah blah blah. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you for the next one.